In the grim darkness of the far future on the forsaken planet M1773, the valiant forces of the Imperial Guard sought to establish a stronghold upon the mining world that had re-emerged from the war after millennia of being lost. Alas, the guardsmen found themselves overwhelmed by the malevolent forces of chaos that now ravaged the planet's surface. In their desperate struggle to hold the ground, the Imperial Guard unleashed merciless carnage upon the possessed chaos cultists, staining the battlefields with the blood of millions. Unbeknownst to the weary defenders, the rivers of blood spilled that day seeped into the ancient temples nearby, where a vile and unholy ritual was enacted. Khorne, the blood god himself, answered the call, and from the colossal pyramids of the fallen, bloodletters of unparalleled malevolence were summoned forth. Confronted with this dire threat, only the mightiest warriors, the Black Templars, were deemed worthy to face the abomination. Hundreds of these zealous warriors descended upon the beleaguered planet, their presence bolstered by the unyielding soldiers of Krieg and a few Leman Russ battle tanks. With abominable pride burning in their hearts, the unyielding spirit of battle coursing through their veins, the Black Templars launched themselves into a furious charge against the hordes of demons, their weapons held high, their war cries echoing through the tortured skies. Here we are then, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off today's slaughter, and oh my god, what an absolute slaughter this is gonna be. The Blood God himself answering the call here, summoning millions and millions of bloodletters. Look at this. As far as the eye can see, just a demonic horde here, all worshipping Khorne and charging right in towards our Black Templars. Now, some of you might note, there's quite a lot of Black Templars here. Yes, that's correct. There's about 5,000. Yeah, I know. I've had to use 5 chapters worth of Black Templars here. But that's simply because the game sort of undersells them a little bit. And currently with custom units being a little bit broke, you can't have more than one type of custom unit on the field. So, yeah, I've had to sort of up the numbers. So if you can suspend your disbelief, just pretend it's before the days of the Horus Heresy. And you're actually allowed to have legions as big as you want. But yes, look at this. The Black Templars surging forward, cutting a path here through the demons. The men of Krieg on the back line here, holding out resolutely. Their auto guns, oh my god, there's a lot of them here, just rounding out, sending volley after volley right into the lines of our bloodletters over here, who you can see are trying to get the upper hand on the flank, trying to outflank here the Black Templars, who are just going to hold this line resolutely. Meanwhile, lots and lots of firepower. It's just leveling right into the side of these guys. Let's go have a scan down the combat line, see how things are getting on. Oh my days, these Black Templar really are absolute melee combat experts. Look at this, a trail of dead demons behind them, a viscera of macabre death that's just now strewn across the battlefield as demons are laid waste. And obviously Khorne is loving it all the while, because literally the blood is still flowing. Look at this. Already down here, we've got this massive pool of blood going on. Oh my god, the Templars here, unrelenting in their absolute advance forward here, just cutting out thousands of them with each blow. You can see though that the battle tanks in the background really are helping out on that front line, sending demons flying in their hundreds. But it cannot be denied, there is a lot of them. 5 million demons they started out with. So quite a few have already died to quite a lot of environmental damage. But look at this, how far they've just pushed forward through them. Absolute slaughter here, and only one person has been lost. I don't know if it was a Marine or not. I don't think it was a Black Templar. It might have been a guardsman that died over here. Because look, you can see that they are getting a bit zealous here. This man pulling out his shovel, deciding to take on the bloodletters all by himself. Oh my god, you got to love a Krieg. They are just like, what? At demons, bloodletters, summoned from a god? No problem, let me go hit it with my shovel. And my god, there's a lot of shovels currently flying through the air here. The demon line is being ripped apart before they can even get close to the men of Krieg here. 2 losses so far for the defenders. Now I should point out as well that we do have some ultramarine blue boys here. That is simply because there is only these 2 skins for Space Marines at the moment. We've only got Black Templars with chainsaws, and we've only got Space Marines with bolters. So you'll have to suspend your disbelief and pretend these are actually Black Templars with bolters, even though they're not. So that's what we're doing here. But look at this demon line. It has just been torn open. They are trying to push forward,
taking insane losses, 277,000. Look, these two Black Templar here on this particular end, I didn't realise these rolled out here, but these two over here, they are making a monumental body pile all by themselves. This guy must be surrounded by 100 dead demons at least by now. Let's go see how they're doing. You can see, though, that the sheer weight of numbers here is starting to outflank and individualise the combat here for these Black Templars. They are being cut off from the main group, but to be honest, they don't seem to be having a problem with it. They're holding their own so far. Demons jumping over other demons here to get right into the massacre. And my god, it is a massive massacre. Look at this front line. Look how far it stretches into the distance over there on the other side of the valley. Absolute madness here. Thousands are dying literally every second. I mean, about 2,000 a second are dying. Let me put that into perspective for you. If I remember rightly, in the Battle of Stalingrad, a German died once every 7 seconds. So the fact that round about 2,000 a second are dying here is pretty damn insane. Oh my god, and they're all demons. Like, just all demons. There's only 3 losses here so far for our Adaptive Astaris with the Men of Krieg. Just relentlessly pushing forward, though they've got to be careful now. They're coming into the home of the Bloodletters here. This is a massive blood lake that has appeared in the middle. Oh my god, look at this. Is this a little Timmy lake? Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, little Timmy, get out your rubber dinghy. Fun for the whole family is to be had here. We've got ourselves a monumental blood lake here. That's absolutely fantastic, but look how big this combat line is. So you can see then that the Men of Krieg have basically abandoned the centre, realising that there's no killing there for them. They've taken to the flanks to hold it out for the Black Templar, and that's exactly what they're doing. Basically, there's one Black Templar dude over here, seen as a distraction unit. Like, he's just charging out and saying, hey, Bloodletters, come over me here. He's like using taunt on them. Meanwhile, the DPS guardsmen in the background are just like, don't worry, not a single demon will get close to you. Oh my days, they are just being absolutely massacred. The body piles are going to get insane by the end of this one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, look at the horde as well. I want to show you this. I want to show you how crazy it actually is. We'll use the fast camera and go to the rear end. So these are the temples of death where basically all of them spawn from. But as you can see, look, all these back here are more demons. And it just goes on and on. An endless sea of demons. And every now and then, a Lehman Russ tank shell comes flying into them. Oh my days, it is just, no matter how many times I record battles in this game, I still get awestruck by the amount of units. Just sheer insanity here. And meanwhile, Black Templars have just been like surging their way through this. It's the only way to describe it. Look at the gore all over the side of the hill here. It's just rivers of blood and dead demon everywhere you look. And the Kriegsmen pushing over it saying, leave some for us. Oh my, there is a risk here that the Black Templars might be pushing themselves a little bit thin. You can see that once a bulky line of theirs, now it's pushed out this far, is starting to get really, really thin in places. But they are holding out. I mean, meanwhile, in the centre, there is still fat stacks of troops. Oh, it does look like some Men of Krieg have come to the centre here, realising that there is some killing to be had. There is just rivers of blood everywhere, though. This is actually completely impassable now for the demons. Like, they'd have to kill themselves to get through it, literally. How are our flanks doing, actually? How's this one doing now? You know what? Yet again, Black Templar holding out resolutely, not letting anything past. I mean, they're just covered in blood as well. Look at them. Absolutely head to toe in blood. 34 losses. Absolutely fantastic stuff here. And you can see yet again, it's just like one or two of these Black Templars here, just creating distractions, which the demons are just getting mowed down around them. Look at this insane pile here. The Men of Krieg here pushing up over the top of it, trying to get a taste of the action. Meanwhile, another blood lake is appearing at the back. I wonder, would this actually empower the Bloodletters as they went through it? Like, would they be absorbing the blood? That's a question for some of the Chaos fans out there. Can Bloodletters absorb blood? Does it empower them? Because if so, my god, these are going to be some hyper-powered ones by the end of it. And you can see the bolt of fire here just raking through them. putting down thousands of demons with each foul swoop here. Oh, absolutely fantastic stuff. Men of Krieg, bayonets fixed, charging, Bloodletters. Now that is the sight. I just can't get over all the blood. Look at this. This is actually flowing as well. I don't know if you saw that then. But if you zoom out just a little bit, you can see that the blood is just flowing downhill. It's all coming down here. Oh my, I wonder if we're going to get any, like, blood tidal waves. That'd be really interesting. I can't see any at the moment. They must be killing enough by now to start creating some blood waves. Oh, look at how far they've pushed through the demon horde here. They've almost killed 1 million of them. That is some impressive work there. They're realizing here that they're in a little bit of a desperate situation, still 3 million remaining, so they decide to call in a very, very close, small orbital bombardment. Oh my, demons are going flying absolutely everywhere. As a high orbital shell just comes raining in, smack dab right into the front of the demon line here, taking out literally hundreds of thousands of demons as they all go flying through the air here. Oh my, you do not want to mess around with orbital bombardments, ladies and gentlemen. They are super powerful. Let's watch this in all its glory here. Oh my days, look at that. Thousands of demons have just been absolutely eradicated. Look at the gap it creates in the horde here. Though quickly it is being filled in as more demons here come rushing forth. Look at that little bit of blood there trickling down the side. Oh, that's absolutely fantastic stuff here. You can see it has created a large gap here. Oh my, it looks like the orbital bombardment might have been a little bit too close for some of the Space Marines. Oh god, I think we've just eviscerated about 500 Space Marines there with a danger close orbital bombardment. Meanwhile, on this side, they're actually quite lucky. They've managed to get to the side here where the blood is sort of protecting the flank now. It's stopping them from being attacked for now. And you can see, realizing that over here has now been exposed, more and more Black Templar rushing to the pitch, actually fighting in the blood now. That is kind of a horrific sight. Can you imagine wading through blood in power armor? Like, I don't care, even if you're in power armor, that is going to be some nasty crap by the end of it. It's going to be in all your servo joints and everything. But they are doing it, ladies and gentlemen. They are now plugging the gap that was caused by the close-range orbital bombardment. Meanwhile, over here, yet again, more demons pushing forward. An unending surge here. Only 2 million remaining. 1.3 million, sorry, have actually been killed so far. And you know what? They're holding out. They are holding out. They're actually doing this. This is ridiculous. Like, unfortunately, it was my fault. I didn't mean to put the orbital bombardment quite so close to them. But, you know, it happens. There is friendly fire in war sometimes. You know, on that ship somewhere, a commissar has just walked up to that chap, put a bolt pistol to the back of his head, and proceeded to make his brains be basically a new colour scheme for the new dashboard right in front of him. Meanwhile, on our front lines here, more and more Black Templars are actually starting to take a few hits here, and losses, actually, from the demons. Because at the end of the day, there's only so much their armor can take before one of these demon blades just cuts right through them and exposes them. Though as long as the Gene Seed has recovered, all is not lost. And I've no doubt in this battle, some venerable dreadnoughts will be available at the end of it. From poor old Space Marines that were ripped in half and still want to carry on with their duties. Which is pretty much all of them, actually. I kind of love that in the lore, that dreadnoughts are basically Space Marines that got mutilated but managed to live. So they just like literally hardwire them into a suit to allow them to exact vengeance upon their enemies. Speaking of exacting vengeance upon your enemies, look at this. Krieg and Space Marine standing atop thousands of demon bodies, blasting demons at point-blank range. Absolutely fantastic stuff here. We've got a crazy little blood lake going on as well. Look at this, though. The demons are still piling up. Men of Krieg, shovels at the ready, taking them on and actually doing this. That's the crazy thing. The men of Krieg are actually doing it. They're holding out against a demon wave. And the demons pretty much seem unending, even though we've had some crazy orbital bombardments here. Look at this. There's still a hell of a lot of them left over here. I'm actually still kind of surprised that they've got enough troops over here to push this flank. Well, and I say troops, demons over here, to push this flank, because there's a hell of a lot of Templars over here. And they are absolutely putting in that work today. In fact, they might actually be able to consolidate on this flank here and start outflanking the demons. Now, wouldn't that be a crazy sight to see? But what I think we're going to do very quickly is I think we're going to hit a time lapse over here and just see how far the Black Templar can get. Actually, that's a bit of a bad angle. We'll watch over here, see if we can see some of the front line over here, see what happens, and we'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the slaughter has been well underway here now. The Black Templar still holding out strong, in fact, defeating this entire flank. This looks like the last of their horde over here, just being decimated where they stand. Oh, look at that concentrated firepower, annihilating demon scum. And there they go, the last of the Bloodletters on this flank have now been cleansed. Meanwhile, the Black Templar here surging forward. Just the macabre viscera all over the floor here. Just endless pools of blood and dead demon all over the place. Men of Krieg pushing forward, resolute here. They have just been giving some brilliant cover fire over here. The demons have hardly had any chance to push forward. Look at this. Templars actually creating little enfilades like this, pushing out in towards the demons. The demons not being able to do anything. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. If I zoom out, you can see it. Look. The blood cascading down the side. That is absolutely insane. It's all pooling up down here. Let's go have a look. How deep is this thing now? Okay, yeah, that's pretty. Look at that. That's some deep pool of blood that we've got. Little Timmy can forgo the rubber dinghy and get a damn cargo ship on that thing. Look at this horde, though. Oh, isn't that a terrifying sight? Like, you've got to be glad to be a Kriegsman, to be honest. Only Kriegsmen could stand against this sort of horrific nature. Look at them trying to path through the blood. They are literally doing the tactic of the tyranids here, sacrificing their own to create actual rivers, actual pathways through the blood here. Meanwhile, the rest of them just walk around the outside. They are going right towards the tanks, though. Look at this. Lehman Russ is here being represented by Abrams tanks because it's the closest model I could find. Oh my god, they are doing the work though. They are putting in that work. One poor guardsman here taking on a horde of demons. Actually, he's doing it. Look at this. The man of Krieg backpedaling here. He's done it, ladies and gentlemen. He's only bloody gone and done it. He just took out like 3 Bloodletters all by himself. Just backpedaling. Look, we've got another one here. More friends. Look at that. They rushed that guy and executed him. Oh my god. 4 Kriegsmen just surrounded that demon point blank and blew his brains out. Wow, they've only lost 1,944 so far. The demon horde, 2.5 million dead. Oh my god, there's only 200,000 remaining here. Look at how thin the ranks have become. Oh, I bet Crone is still loving it. Crone, whatever you want to call him. I know, I get lots of comments about his name. I know it's corn, but it just, it sounds so weird. You must admit, it just sounds weird. But yeah, Corn has got to love this. Plenty of blood has been spilt. He doesn't care whether he wins or loses, just that enough skulls have been collected. And my god, there's plenty of skulls over the battlefield here today. And some of them are actually Black Templar. Like I said, we just have to ensure that we get the GNC back. Let's just stick it in slow motion for this. Look at this. Just an absolute massacre wherever you look. Oh my god, that's a bolter round that just went off there. Yeah, look, there's another one. You can see these bolter rounds are absolutely devastating. Just like miniature grenades going off. Well, I suppose, like I said, basically, they are rocket-propelled ammunition, so it is like a miniature sort of... Imagine an RPG if it was a 40mm grenade. That is basically a bolt gun. Look at that. A load of demons just flung around. Shrapnel sent everywhere. Oh, it is absolutely fantastic. Let's go down to our line. Oh gosh, this is where the orbital bombardment accidentally killed quite a few Black Templar, actually, now that I look at it. That is a lot of Black Templar. Look at how far these guys have advanced. That's got to be like, at least, what, a mile? Maybe a mile? Yeah, maybe a mile, I'd say. At least advanced a mile through demon scum here. And now, they are just chopping, look at that, slicing their way through them, towering over them. Absolute massacre is ensuing here. Let's take it out of slow motion and watch the last 130 demons here get mopped up. Maybe I didn't need 5,000 of them at the end of the day. It's really weird in this game because it can go, like, I test the battles quite a lot before I come to record them here, and this battle has swung both ways so many different times now. Like, there's a certain number where the battle just switches totally in favor, and it is like 10 Space Marines difference, and it just becomes an absolute slaughter for one side or the other, and there was no happy middle ground. And at the end of the day, we all knew that the Space Marines had to win this one. The planet needs to be cleansed, ladies and gentlemen, and they've done a fantastic job here with barely 2,000 losses. They haven't even touched 2,000 yet. Look at all this carnage down here. There's so much viscera just all over the field. Everywhere you look, there's blood lakes. Oh my god, Gore is absolutely loving this. Let's have a look over here. So yeah, the men of Krieg now have completely secured the flank and are now pushing down the hill, with the remaining Black Templar here right into the sides of the demon horde, who are just getting absolutely slaughtered on the fields where they stand. Oh my, trampling over the dead comrades here to try to get a taste of some Space Marine action. And my god, are they ever getting a taste of the Space Marines here? The only problem is, it's not the fleshy bits, it's the bitey sword. The bitey sword here, just absolutely cleaving its way through demon. It does not care. Oh my god, look at this. Clean up operation, aisle 3. All the demons, please. Thank you. Oh, this horde has just been decimated here. 22,000 demons remaining. So it does look like then that the Black Templar are going to be able to secure these pyramids here. And then they're going to be able to, I don't know what they're going to do actually, come in and cleanse it somehow. I don't know, how do they cleanse sites? Once they've killed everyone, does like a janitor team just come round and scrub all the chaos symbols off the wall? What actually happens? Like, how do they clean up chaos? There you go, someone tell me, because I genuinely don't know. Because I would imagine that if just a normal janitor came in, or even like a servo, or a servo skull, or something like that, just came in and was staring at chaos symbols while cleaning them off, that wouldn't they turn to chaos themselves? But with that, ladies and gentlemen, with that, it is all over. There's 10 demons remaining, and look at this, just absolute death here. You can see where they started off, and they just pushed forward all the way through it. There's still a hell of a lot of Space Marines. There's 31,000 defenders still remaining. Now, bear in mind, though, that there was 30,000 Kriegsmen here. So, at the end of the day, there's still only like 1,100 odd actual Space Marines left. So, yeah, the Bloodletters still almost killed 4 chapters worth. That's a little bit insane. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, we are going to call this one here. I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all our channel members who helped keep this channel going. And as a reward for being a channel member, your bonus content is now available, so go ahead and check that out. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button below. And if you're after some handy dandy artwork, check out the links in the description. With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.